Well, folks, hell of a way to start the morning. It is 6:25 on Thursday and 6:25 a.m. And about 45 minutes ago, as I was leaving my city to head about 40 minutes away to the store, the gas station that I would merchandise, as I was pulling off the op ramp, it's raining here, and I couldn't really see the potholes in the road. So of course I hit a pothole, and it took out not one but two tires, both on my driver's side, so the front and the rear. So I've basically been driving around on rims on one side of my vehicle for like 10 miles to get to a tire repair place. So hopefully I didn't screw up something else doing that. But what else am I supposed to do in the rain? If it was just one tire, then I could have forced myself out in the rain to just put the spare on. But with two, the spare is going to be worthless too. Although maybe the spare on one would have been good. I don't know. At least, it would have taken some weight off the other side. But anyway, so now I'm sitting in a not the greatest part of town. It is almost 6:30 a.m. Raining heavily. And I'm just waiting for this tire place to open. So they don't open until 7:30. So here I am, probably stuck out here for an hour or so. Then I'll get a quote from them. And all of that will go straight to a credit card that I will pay $100 a month on for a year. To get that paid off. Because it's not just like getting two used tires. It's like my tires are due for replacing anyway, and I'll tell you why, and this sucks. And if you're out there shopping for a car, like, just learn from my mistake. Don't ever get a car with low profile tires. They look cool, but this is like the third time I've had my low profile tire pop. But two of those times were from potholes. Like, if you just hit a pothole perfect, it's just gonna annihilate it. So I wish that I could just get regular tires, but I don't think they'll fit on this car. This is an old Lexus, like a sporty little sedan. And I asked him about it last time. I was like, is there any way I can avoid the low profile tires and just get like regular tires? But the wheel well, how all that is, it's like it just won't work. Like, if you'll be grinding your tires up against it as you turn. So next time, if I ever get a car again, I'm definitely not gonna go the route of trying to get something that I think looks cool. I just want something purely practical. I'm to the point now where it's like, I just want a Camry or a Corolla. It's just something that's super reliable, and you never have to worry about things going bad. Just give it its regular oil changes. That's pretty much it. Brakes. Also, while I'm in here, I had my brakes replaced like 6 years ago, so it's time to do that. So I guess I'll have to throw that on the car too. So woke up, had no intentions of doing all that today, and then voila, that's how this goes. So that's another shitty thing about this job is that, and I tell my coworker this while we're kind of like a team working together at these stores. While I'm training, eventually they want me to like go off and be on my own. But while I'm training, it's basically me and this other guy. That was my car shutting down. I tell him, like, bro, we're working for free. By the time you factor in like all the wear and tear on your vehicle and mileage and all that shit, like you're basically working for a lot cheaper than you think. Not to mention like car repairs, but if you drive enough, it's only a matter of time before you get a speeding ticket because, you're not gonna you can't just follow the speed limit perfectly. Sometimes you catch yourself going a little bit over. And yeah, most of the time nothing happens, but every now and then if you drive enough, there's going to be a cop at the right place, to catch you doing that. And so now you got a two, three, $400 ticket, not to mention your insurance goes up. So it's like by the time you factor in all of these things together, it really is. We're working for like $10 an hour. So I kind of knew that. I was smart enough to know that going into it. But I was just always curious about this kind of job because I like the idea of being off on my own, driving, not having to be around like insufferable normie coworkers. But that's why I say I'm in a position now where like I don't know what the future holds for me. I don't see a way, like the whole like corporate life doesn't work for me because it's just a matter of time before I piss someone off for not being like normie enough, NPC, whatever. You can't stick me in an office for 8 hours a day next to people and expect that like no real part of me is ever going to come out. I can't do that. Like I get you can hold it all in for a little while, but ultimately you're going to have some kind of interaction and you're going to test like the coolness of the person next to you because like your normie radar's on, you think that they're normie, but then part of you's trying to give them the benefit of the doubt where you're like, well, let me just kind of throw something out there and see if this person is cooler than I think. Or maybe they've given you reasons to suspect that they might be a little more base than you think. So it's just those little instances like that over time add up and eventually become your demise because you desperately want to think people are better than that people aren't just bots. But the more you're around them, the more you're like, you realize like, no, that's the reality I'm facing. It's prison for 8 to 10 hours a day, doing something I don't want to do to make just enough to keep paying bills. And, you have no real hope of a promotion because they can sense that you're not like them. So they don't select for you for those roles. So your only hope is to get like a 2 or 3% raise, every year or two, which that doesn't even happen anymore apparently. Like that's part of the old days. So anyway, just thought I would if I'm gonna sit here in this car for an hour, might as well knock out a vlog or whatever you want to call these. When I'm saving them to my computer, I save them as relatable rants. So like the first one was like relatable rant 1, relatable rant 2. So maybe I should just call them relatable rants. But then I think rant is like a negative word. Like when you hear something titled rant, it doesn't necessarily make you want to listen to it. But I don't know what to do. I was going to listen to, on my like 40-minute drive, I was going to listen to Thomas White and Western Decline. I guess they had their show last night. So I saw it when I woke up this morning. I saw that it had uploaded. That's another thing about this job, since I have to wake up at like 4:30 a.m. to take a shower and then drive for an hour to get somewhere at 6. I have to go to bed at like 8 a.m. Like I literally like lay down at 8 a.m. to go to bed. I can't make myself fall asleep that soon, so I usually lie in the bed for an hour or so until I finally pass out. And unfortunately for me, like, I don't sleep all the way through the night, so I'll get up and I'll piss and try to go back to bed. And sometimes, a lot of times, I can't manage to go back to bed, or I'll manage to go back to bed, but it'll take me like another hour before I fall asleep again. And then before you know it, took me an hour, I'll fall asleep again, and then now I just get like an hour of sleep after that, and then I gotta wake up for good. So, but I don't know about these videos. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna get on here and complain about life? Like, I don't think anybody wants to hear that, but I don't have any delusions about like where this will lead. I mean, it's not like a Mr. Beast type thing where you can just like you can say the kind of things, talk the way I talk, and like it garner that much attention. So, and then even if somehow, like, let's say I had the gift of gab, like I don't think I do, but let's say that I did have it. It doesn't mean that YouTube is just gonna like let it catch fire and, you know, spread and go viral or anything like that. So, but like I said in one of my other videos, like, if I don't do this, then I actually never hear myself talk, because I don't really interact with anybody else.